We're gonna start this recipe like we would any other recipe and wash hands because honestly not doing that is gross. These are the ingredients that you'll need. The first ingredient is crescent roll dough, and the recipe I looked off of called for its own dough, but I just went with store-bought because it's easier, and the dough in the recipe didn't seem very special, so I just took the easy way. The next ingredient is bacon. I used turkey bacon, but the original recipe did call for just regular pork bacon, so you can use whatever. Some ham, just regular lunch meat will work. Cooking spray, and a stick of butter. Now I'm preheating my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now you'll want to gather some scissors, a small container, and ham. What I'm doing here is grabbing ham by the slice and then folding it up and just snipping it down the slice with my scissors so that I end up with little tiny slivers of ham. Next you'll want to clean up your scissors and then grab the bacon and a container. You'll basically want to do the same thing with your bacon that you just did with the ham, only what I did was slice it down the middle so that the pieces are smaller, and obviously you don't have to fold up bacon into strips because it comes in strips, so yep, I'm just doing the same thing here. Grab a cookie sheet and some cooking spray. And then I set that out of the way and I grabbed a cutting board just so I could have some space to work. And then I sprinkled it with flour so the dough doesn't stick. Now I'm just separating the triangles of crescent roll dough just because they come all stuck together. Now that those are all separated, I am taking the bacon and just putting it in the whitest part, and then I'm adding ham and rolling that up and then sticking it on the cookie sheet. And I'm basically just repeating that same thing for all of these. And you'll notice that like the bacon and ham pieces kind of leak out when you roll it up, so you want to press the edges of the dough in so that they don't do that. And this is what they looked like on the cookie sheet before they went in the oven. By this point the oven is completely heated, so I'm just putting them in. I set a timer for 15 minutes, but they actually needed to cook more like 25 minutes. And while those are in the oven, let's talk about Venezuela. The location in terms of latitude-longitude is 10.5 degrees north and 66.9 degrees west, and the bordering countries are Guyana, Brazil, and Colombia. As of July 2014, the population is 28,868,486. And here is a snapshot I took of Venezuela on Google Maps, so yep, that's where it is. The official language there is Spanish. The total size of Venezuela is 912.50 square kilometers, and of that, 882,050 square kilometers is land, and 30,000 is water. And Venezuela's total size is roughly the size of Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina combined. Some of their main imports include agricultural products, livestock, machinery, transport equipment, construction materials, medical equipment, petroleum products, pharmaceuticals, chemicals, and iron and steel products. Some of their main exports include bauxite, aluminum, chemicals, agricultural products, and petroleum. One big attraction in Venezuela is Angel Falls, which is a waterfall in Canaima National Park. The height is 3,212 feet, there are 2 drops, and the elevation is at 4,209 feet. Another major attraction is the National Pantheon of Venezuela. It is located in Caracas, It was originally built as a church, but now it's a final resting place for national heroes. Another attraction is the Children's Museum of Caracas. It is aimed at teaching children about science, technology, culture, and the arts, and it opened May 8th, 1982. The currency used in Venezuela is bolivars, which is abbreviated as VEB, and as of 2013, the exchange rate was 6.048. Venezuela emerged after the collapse of Gran Colombia in 1830. Until 1959, the government was ruled by military officials. In 1959, leaders began to be democratically elected. In office during 1999 through 2013, Hugo Chavez began implementing socialist agenda. The current president, Nicolas Maduro, continues such programs. Now I'm taking these out of the oven. Remember that butter from earlier? Well, now I am just cutting it in half, and while the rolls are hot, I am just spreading it over them because that'll give them their buttery coating. And here are just some close-ups of what they looked like when they were done.